Tolga.
Tolga.
Yeah, I introduced Tolga to Woz. They contacted each other, and
When Tolga, Tolga watches somebody working on a piece of code or software, and he knows it's different enough, and there's something in there.
Oh,
and he really liked some things that John was working on. John's been a longtime friend of mine. And I was glad to see John's progression in life to be such a great technologist and developer now, too.
yeah, like it got Indicta. We're ready to market that if and when we're ready to
I
market
did
it.
something terrible to Tolga. I introduced him to firmware, hardware design. I got him one of those little development boards
my
for
God.
Altera. So he spent 2 weeks buried in it learning how to program hardware.
Wow, cool. Man.
You give him new stuff, he'll just jump on it like flies on you know what. It's
Wow.
He does that a lot.
Who knows what that step's going to take
Yeah, I
the
have
world
no idea
to.
where that's going. I'm almost afraid to find out.
He knows enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
So how does Intego? I mean, what is Intego Crunch? Why don't you explain that one, or Dan, and then maybe how it compares to the original days of Homebrew?
Well, Indigo kind of got started off from like TFK Media and Playlist TV back in the days when Tolga had his place just across the street over there. When I came back from Malaysia, I got involved in developing the program for the On Instant, which was a VoIP thing. And so that got started, and then I got more and more involved with what Tolga is working on. And then Indigo came, and then there was the Wall Street Journal article that came out, which kind of really put Indigo kind of on the map, so to speak, because it mentioned me working at Indigo. And that's sort of how it all got started, I think, from what I understand. But Tolga and his Flixo program really was what kind of like opened up the whole door, and how Flixo was able to deliver high-quality media to the desktop. Back then, I believe, I don't even think it was HD. And then as Apple came out with better codecs and better tools for developing Flixo, we started integrating those tools into Flixo, and now Flixo became what it is today.
So it bypasses the browser.
What was the question again?
It sort of bypasses the browser.
How did we come together?
How we came together.
How does Flixo relate to Homebrew?
Yeah.
That's okay. As long as we're talking about Flixo, let's talk about how it bypasses the browser. It's not built for text,
Well, okay.
Well, Flixo runs standalone application using the lower level routines, so it doesn't have all of the extra baggage that the browsers have, extra memory usage, running through all different kinds of layers of protocol in order to come up with a thing. Flixo uses one of the simplest protocols of all, yet it still uses the HTTP protocol in some cases where it needs to use it. But once it gets past that HTTP protocol and into the part where the actual server is delivering the media in real time, that's where Flixo shines, because Flixo actually has a way of processing that video without having to go through all these other layers of protocol that browsers have to go through. And that's what makes Flixo really the top-notch program, and much better than, let's say, Flash and some of these other video players, because it gets
Just
closer
more
to the
efficient
hardware.
by skipping some of the middlemen.
Exactly. It's closer to the hardware.
Okay. There's one other fact here, one other feature that's made Flixo very interesting for me. The traditional content industry is right now right in the middle of being deconstructed. The industry has existed with artificial shortages have allowed the distribution companies to control distribution for many years. And suddenly the shortages for distribution disappeared because the internet started to become a distribution method. And so I met Tolga based upon recommendations of Kevin Mitnick and Woz, and he showed me this thing, and I took one look at it and I said, "Ooh, there's something here. There's something you can do with this. This is going to accelerate the deconstruction and the reconstruction of content delivery." And I decided that I wanted to be there, because causing havoc in existing industries is what I live for.
Yeah, Hollywood's broken, and we're here to give it a wake-up call.
No, I think we're here to kick it when it's down.
Okay.
And for me, it's exciting technology, and there's exciting technologies everywhere, but I actually usually go for more the people that are involved, the way they think, what they want to do. Are they the ones that want to try to do the unusual and the extreme? And, from Tolga to Christine Marie to John. I mean, I just became enamored by the thinking, the willingness to pull down a lot of the walls, saying this is the only way you can go through technology or through life. You know, the new opportunities are right here in Indigo.